What's cracking? We're back at it again. I've got the hang of it, I think, my intro. Yay. Yeah. It's Friday, dog. Friday. I'm in a good mood. I got happy news. A good meeting last night, and I got my weight cut book back from the editor already. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I'm just waiting on trying to get permission to use some photos. I hope that goes well. I'm hopeful. I just want 3 to permanently use for the book. It'll help bring it to life, I think, maybe. But yeah, man, excited. All right, I'm gonna butcher this song for you guys. Okay. Remember, it's okay to suck. Got a girl from the south side with braids in her hair. First time I seen her walk by, man, about felt my chair. Had to get her number, took about 6 weeks. Now me and her go way back like Cadillac seats. Body like a back road, driving with my eyes closed. I know every curve like the back of my hand. Doing 15 in a 30, I ain't in no hurry. I'ma take it slow, just as fast as I can. The way she fit in them blue jeans, she don't need no belt. That I can turn them inside out, I don't need no help. Oh yeah. Got hips like honey, so thick and so sweet. There ain't no curves like those in the downtown streets. Body like a back road, driving with my eyes closed. I know every curve like the back of my hand. Doing 15 in a 30, I ain't in no hurry. I'm gonna take it slow, just as fast as I can. We're out here in the boondocks with the breeze and the birds. Tangled up in the tall grass with my lips on hers. On the highway to heaven, headed south of a smile. We gotta get there when we get there. Every curve is a mile. Body like a back road, driving with my eyes closed. I know every curve like the back of my hand. I'm doing 15 in a 30. I ain't in no hurry. I'm gonna take it slow, just as fast as I can. Woo! Doggy, yeehaw. I haven't played that song in a while. It's fun. I think balancing over here is gonna fall. How's everybody doing? I'm good, man. So my buddy Mo was watching me make weight a number of times over the years, and he's coached other guys, other fighters, people through it, and he's always impressed and blown away with the ease at which I get things done with the weight cut. Right, the process, it's mechanical, it's automatic. I know exactly what's going on with my body. I can tell how much I am losing along the way. Like, I know if I do this much time in the sauna, like, it's gonna be this much weight. I can call and kind of guess what the weight is and where the weight's going. Like, I've got it down to a science. Like, I had it down good before 2016, and that's when I got the meal plan stuff down, and then it became super easy. But when I say easy, don't think that it's like, oh, it's not any work. You still got to work at it. It takes a lot of discipline to get it done. So after watching me have so much success with cutting weight over the 17 years as a professional in the sport, never missing weight, he said I should write a book. Just do a cheap little ebook. So that's what I've done. Right? It's broken down. I have to read through and whatever, but the guy has broken it down into 5 chapters, I believe. One for 5 rounds, 5 chapters for the championship fight, right? But I go through about what I'm doing from beginning of training camp all the way through going to the fight, what I'm doing with food. And I'm not so much going into workouts, but I do talk about what I'm doing to cut the weight for the workout the night before weigh-ins. So I go into detail on that, but I don't go into the fight camp, whatever, too much. Other than, times of training maybe. But I list the amounts of food I'm eating, like how it progresses as the camp goes on. It's not super scientific. I'm not measuring like calories or anything, but I am measuring where my protein intake is, like how much in ounces, right? And it's all in cooked food. So should be easy to understand like what I'm doing. But it's not a step-by-step. This is what you should do. This is like I just wrote what I do. So you can take it and see if there's pieces of it that will work for you. It's up to you to try. I'm not an expert. I don't have my weight cutting license. I don't know if there is a weight cutting license. If they had one, I'd probably have it. But yeah, I'm excited to have that hopefully available before Christmas. You might be able to give it as a stocking stuffer to somebody and change their life. They can understand what it means to go through the process of cutting weight, because it's not just that week of the fight. It's not. If you're expecting to lose the weight and make the weight in that week before the fight, you're gonna have a bad night. You're gonna have a bad day cutting weight, and you're gonna have an even worse time in the fight. Because if you don't do it correctly, your body won't recover. You won't be in a position to win. Right? Your body could be cramping. You could have your kidneys go into kidney failure. All kinds of bad shit can happen if you're not doing the things correctly. If you think you can just go in there, put on your sauna suit, rub down some Albaline, and just sweat 20 pounds off and then be fine for your fight, you're not. Guys do it sometimes, and they have to do it because they take short notice fight. Right? Sometimes a short notice fight, you gotta just do what you gotta do. I don't recommend short notice fights, but sometimes people have to do that for the money. It's not always the best thing to do. My opinion on short notice fights is that if you're training normally the way you should be all the time, then it's okay for you to step into a short notice fight, because you've already been training like you were going to fight anyways. The problem is when you're not doing shit. You're not doing shit, and then you're sitting on your ass, drinking beers, smoking trees, and you're like, yeah, 2 weeks? I can lose weight in 2 weeks. I'll go and fight that guy over there in Russia. That sounds like a smart plan. It's not. It's not a smart plan at all, because that guy in Russia was training the whole time. But yeah, so I'm excited about that book. And then I've transcribed my second journal. Is transcribed, so it's in the magic box. I just have to go through it and start writing. It's a little scary because it was tough just going through and reading the old journal entries. It's a little cringy to look back at your old self and the things you used to think and write. Sometimes you're just on the edge of understanding and knowing something, and then you just get doing stupid shit. What are you guys up to? You guys got any exciting books you can't wait to read about weight cutting this Christmas? TJ, what's up, dude? Al Roberto, how you doing, buddy? Says, hey. Joseph, he says, good morning, sir. I'm good. How you doing? TJ says, can't wait to hear the news. You just heard it, bud. We are in the final stages. It's the final countdown. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Where did you play that song on ukulele? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, yep. TJ is saying my hair looks like it's nice. I got the haircut the other day. He trimmed it up. He cut the beard like under here though. I don't know if I was kind of trying to get the Viking thing going, but still looking pretty good. Joseph is saying, not bad, John, not bad. Are you talking about my amazing ukulele skills? You too can learn how to play ukulele, guys. It's only 4 strings. You know that? It's 2 less than a guitar. So it's like 2 strings easier. Right? I mean, your fingers aren't even outnumbered when you're talking about a ukulele. Not even. It's 5 against 4. That sounds like reasonable. It's reasonable. That whole 6-string thing. You got that extra string around. It's difficult. You know. That means you gotta have the one finger that is occupying 2 of those strings as you're playing. So it's a hard one. Tony, what's up, man? He says, love the intros. I'm glad you enjoy those. I also had a business meeting last night. It was awesome. I've been trying the last 2 years to do all this social media marketing stuff kind of myself, and I suck at it. I suck at it. I mean, it's just there's just a lot of it. There's a lot to do, and I'm doing all these things all at once. And I mean, I might be able to do it more if I just picked one thing, just went with the one thing. But that's just not how I operate. It's hard for me to just want to do one thing. So if I'm going to do stuff and I'm going to be my own boss, I'm going to be my entrepreneur, I'm going to have to do things in the way that I can do them, I think. So just putting myself all into one thing and only doing that one thing, it can be difficult. I like to take breaks and do another thing. So I think it'll be good to kind of hire some people out to do this stuff. Put more time into it. I'm trying to open up and learn about outsourcing things and not doing everything myself. That's a hard one, man. I've always wanted to do things myself. I want to do it by myself. I'll figure it out. I'll learn how to do it. I'll figure out how to code. I'll figure out how to build that thing. I'll fix the toilet. Sometimes it's better just to pay somebody else to do it, guys. It's good to take on projects. It's good to learn. It's good to challenge yourself. But it's got to open up and allow people to work for you. Floodland, it says, can you do this without the sauna? It would be difficult. I like the sauna because the morning of the weigh-ins, that's usually the last bit that I cut. Okay, so I might need to cut 1 to 4 pounds. I've never had to do more than 3. 1 to 3 pounds. The morning of weigh-ins. So the best thing to do there, in my opinion, is to sit in the sauna, because that's an hour to an hour and a half of sauna time. That's easy to do, especially with the new portable sauna I have. You can watch TV, you can watch a movie, not a big deal. You'll sweat it off pretty easy. And when you're that much closer to the fight, I think reducing the number of calories that you burn up, like the energy expenditure, I think is important. You could put the plastics on, jump on the treadmill and run, but now you're running and you're burning up calories. Your body's working hard when it's already depleted. You could deal with some cramping. I don't know. I feel like you break your body down even more when you're at that level where you've only got a few pounds left to lose, and you put on your sweats and you do shit. I've had to have desperation. You miss the weight the first time and you got to put on your shit and then break a sweat, whatever you can do to break the sweat. Like that happens. But if you can avoid doing anything like physical the day of the weigh-in, I think it's an advantage, not to do that to your body. Break it down even more, build up even more whatever lactic acid from working hard. I think the workout the night before weigh-in, that's where you really get the sweat, and you'll lose most of the weight. And you might lose enough weight that night where you don't have to use a sauna in the morning even. It's possible. I've floated enough or managed to wake up and not have to cut weight. I think before the Jake Shields fight, I didn't have to do anything in the morning. I just didn't. And sometimes, like, I'll eat something in the morning, too. That way I have, like, nutrients in my body. So, depending on where my weight is, like, I might be able to have, like, a little protein shake, whatever, like 6 ounces, do that, and then sit in the sauna. Just because it's good to have energy and fuel in your body. But yeah, but I go into a lot of detail about what I'm going through there, and I gotta recheck everything he made with all the changes he made to the book, and then hopefully I can get those pictures rounded up. That would be great. I'm waiting on those kind of right now. TJ says, congrats on the book. Would this book be aimed at majority of fighters, or could it also be trickled down to your average person? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to be, for fighters to use. It's just an example of what I do, but I think a regular person could do it also, because it's geared for a 6 to 12 week training camp. If you followed it for 6 to 12 weeks and just didn't do the weight cut part, at the very end, like you would lose weight, you would trim yourself down, because it's a quick, short diet. It'd be like the fighter style diet. You just don't cut the weight at the end. You don't lose the extra, 8 to 15 pounds. You're not losing that water weight at the end. But everything else, and that's why the water cut is so easy at the end. It's because the diet and the stuff leading up to it was so clean that you don't have a lot of extra garbage holding on to the water. Mondo says, good morning, John. Thanks. What's up, buddy? Nyla Bean says, you the man watching from West Lafayette here. Awesome. West Lafayette. Go to Rhino's Gym. Say hey to Coach Mo. We got 17, 16 guys watching. Let's get a thumbs up, guys. Can we get some thumbs ups? Hit the likes and shares. God Amongst Men, what's up? Corey says, hey, it's John Fitch. Yes. TJ says, yo, Corey. Excuse me. God Amongst Men says, I'm jealous of that haircut. I went to a new barber the other day. Not happy. Yeah. I found this guy almost 2 years ago, when I started getting nice haircuts. There's another place that was pretty good. It wasn't bad, but they're more traditional with the cuts. And I found a younger guy that could do the zero fade, and it's nice. He does a great job. So I always make sure I go to that spot. I try to tip a little extra to make sure I'm always getting a spot when I call. TJ says Corey, just listen to your Party of One talk. Very nice convo. Teblenov life. What? Teblenov life. What's up, dude? He says, we are you. Okay. We are all one, right? God Amongst Men says, thanks. I think he'll be on Sunday with John and I. That'd be cool. Teblenov Life says, Khabib versus Tony, ? Khabib, of course. I'm going to pull for my boy Khabib, of course. I think he's going to win. I'm not saying nothing about Tony, but I just have a hard time thinking Khabib is beatable at this point in his career. Floodland says, do you have no interest in doing fight breakdowns without vids or even photos? Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's very limiting, I think. That's one of the aspects of this monopoly that the UFC has. It's kind of fucked up. Isn't talked about. And it's one of the reasons why the press doesn't really talk about this stuff, is because the control that the UFC has over their footage and video and their fighters, right? So if it was like NFL or the fighters could actually lend out their videos and shit to press agencies, you'd have more people doing fight breakdowns. You'd have more stuff going on out there. You have more people doing kind of like the Robin Black. If you haven't seen the 1 minute breakdowns Robin Black does, they're amazing. You'd see more type of stuff like that. But like, I mean, you used to see it back in the day, because people used to put together all kinds of highlights and videos and stuff and put it on the underground forum. And once UFC started buying everything up, they just shut everything down, and all that creativeness kind of got, stomped out. But it would make things a lot better if you could show a little bit of the video, or you could show, 10 seconds of a fight. It would be better for the fighter, too, because then they would have something to promote themselves with a little bit. They did something good, somebody commented on it, or they commented on them on their own. That's a big problem I have with this shit, is you should have video rights of your fights. You should be allowed to do what the fuck you want to with your fight videos. There should be some kind of deal going on with that. You should be able to get your own promotion, your own advertising, your own whatever from your videos. They're your fights. You should have some stake in them, not just like, oh well, I'll never get to profit off of what I did. But the UFC and the other promotions, they'll profit off of it. They'll keep playing it. TJ says tomorrow, big Ruiz and Joshua fight. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. We can't wait. I'll probably watch it. I'll probably be watching it. Maybe I'll watch it in here. Maybe we'll do a stream, and then I can call people during the stream, and we'll see. We'll see what's up. Jason Burmis says same haircut for almost a decade. $13. Tip 2, high, tight, and happy every time. Although harder and harder to cut those grays out on the side. Oh man. See, that's you get the zero fade, and it eliminates most of the gray on the sides, right? No more gray on the sides. So it does. I'm a little bit younger looking without the hair on the side of my head. It's a lot less gray. 40-year-old man with a 20-year-old's haircut. Mondo says, I always tip the barber, very important. Always tip the bud tender first, then tell him what I want. It's a good skill. Good trick. Tip the bud tender. I just black market it. There's so much cheaper. The boy says, how big of a difference are your last 5 weight cuts versus your first 5 cuts during your MMA career? Age is obviously a factor, but is the difficulty that big of a difference? Well, I didn't start making 170 until I was in the UFC, right? I had one fight at 170. I fought Shoney Carter at 175, and then I fought Jeff Jocelyn at 170. That was the first time I had to make 170, and it was definitely a much more difficult cut than all my other cuts. When I fought Brock Larson at 185, my first UFC fight, I was 185. I didn't have to cut that much. Skip breakfast and sit in the sauna for like an hour. That was enough for me to, make the weight for that. So that was easy. The fights at 205 I didn't have to cut any weight. I had issues cutting weight in college wrestling. I didn't miss, but like I had a really bad season, and one of the reasons I think that season was so bad is because I had no idea what I was doing making a weight and having to keep a low weight. That was part of the problem. But once I started with the meal plan, the weight cuts got drastically easier. Like the weight just melted off. I started to find. Right, when I would do a workout, I would just drip. I was just draining. It was like I had nothing holding back the sweat. Like it just would leak out crazy amounts, and I would lose 6 to 10 pounds easily in a workout. Wouldn't take that much effort, and that made things quite easier. My cuts before in the morning got easier. When they shifted the weigh-in times too, that helped out a lot because then you didn't have to carry the weight as long. I could do the hard weight cut at night, and then I get a little bit of food in, float, and then I may be pretty close to weight in the morning, and then I do 0 to an hour and a half in the sauna, and then boop, step on the scale. I'm good. This last one was the most difficult when I went to New York that I've had in recent years because I didn't really have a full training camp for it, and I mean I knew I saw Rory was already there, and you know my heart wasn't really in it. The room that I did my workout the nighttime workout before was kind of cold. I didn't really get that good of a sweat. I didn't lose that much weight, so like I had more weight to cut in the sauna the next morning, and the sauna started overheating and shutting down, so I had to go into the bathroom and turn that into a steam, put my sauna suit on and put that into a steam room, and I like chopped my feet in there until the last pound came off. It's kind of a pain in the ass. It was kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah. Still wasn't that bad. Brian says, sorry, I'm late. My dentist wants me to remind everyone to floss. Yep, floss. You know, they keep telling, floss. Yeah, floss is nice. Floss is good. You should floss. But, you know what's better? Don't eat shit food. Don't eat shitty, sugary food. Don't drink sugary drinks. It's way better for you than flossing. Right? My ex got after me because I don't make the kids floss every night. I'm like, well, that's not as bad as you giving them a bag of dry cereal every day as you drive them to school for their breakfast. That's way worse. That's way worse for their teeth. If you could add one thing or remove one thing from the equation, which one would do the teeth better? I think their teeth would be much better if you stopped giving them sugary cereal. TJ says, Brian, tell your dentist thanks. Yep. Thanks for looking out, Mr. Dentist. Mondo says, what is floss? Gross. Take care of your hygiene, fellas. Right? Brush your teeth. Don't eat shit food. Lift weights. Get jerked. Get jerked. Be a man with zero regrets. Be a man without regrets about being a man. I got somebody blowing the leaves outside. They were just doing that yesterday. The guy's back again. It's like some kind of serial killer. It's turn to the scene of the crime. Floodland says, I would still like your breakdowns if you didn't have video. You could shadow some moves, I guess. Yeah, I could do some some technique breakdowns or something like that. That is a possibility. Brian Telford says, underwear for Instagram models. What? I missed that one. Ridgeway Walker says, Peaky Blinders cut. Yep, it is. I enjoy it. I need to get me a nice 3-piece suit, Peaky Blinders style. I like that show. Floodland says, I started cutting my own hair. This is what happens when you live alone for a long time. Are you doing a good job of it? I don't want to say don't do that if you're doing a good job of it, but you know, you can spend a little extra, treat yourself a little bit. Optics do matter. Get yourself a little bit of a cut, fresh cut. Look fresh, look clean. I think you need to find a good barber for yourself. Get your beard taken care of, lined up. Teblanov Life says Khabib time. Absolutely it is. Kyla Mundy, how you doing, girl? What's up? She says good morning. The boy says Andy Ruiz weighs more this time. 283 what than he did last time versus AJ, losing some mass for this fight. If Ruiz wins, he's going to give fat women, not men, a huge boost in confidence. Just my theory. Maybe. He's bigger. Man, he looks lean, but I don't know, maybe muscled up a little bit. Brian says Andy Ruiz was wearing his shirt, his pants, and shoes with a sombrero. I don't think the weight is that significant. Well, they probably do an official weigh-in just like with we do. We have official weigh-in and they do a mock weigh-in. I'm pretty sure they probably do something similar. Conk says top of the morning. What's up, dude? How's the fast? Floodland says good point on teeth. Rinsing with baking soda really helps if you have issues. I have toothpaste that has charcoal in it, and then sometimes I have a thing of charcoal I can dip my thing in and put the toothpaste on and brush with that. I kind of like that. Conk says, but John, the caveman didn't brush their teeth. Why should we? Yep. Well, I mean, if you're eating mostly meat, go for it. Pretty sure they had pretty messed up teeth too, though. I wonder what their teeth look like. Caveman teeth, probably like a gorilla's teeth. I don't know. Brian says floss. Okay, we'll floss. We'll do it. Pat says, have you heard of coconut oil pulling? Yes, I have. It bleaches your teeth, removes plaque, and gets rid of bad breath. It's an ancient technique people have used to clean their teeth. Yep. I have done that. I was doing that for a little while. You swish it around. I got to get some coconut oil. I haven't had coconut oil in a minute. I got to replenish the stores of the coconut oil. Maybe I'll do that as I order shit today. I gotta get stuff. I gotta start shopping for the kitties. Yep, gotta get that done. Kong says, I was lazy in high school, college. Would grow an afro for 6 months, then shave it off. Did it for years. Yeah, I did the same similar type of thing. I would grow my hair out long and shave it. Shave my head bald, grow it long, shave it bald. Long time. That was when I was blue-pilled, and I had the thought in my head that people should like you just for being you, that your looks don't matter, that the outside is just a shell that doesn't mean anything. Bullshit. That's what people tell you so that you can't get ahead, so they can keep you down, they can keep you low. The heights you can reach if you maximize yourself in every fashion in your life. Why take a break? Why take a break in one place? Why get straight A's at school, but then dress like a turd? Why be a great athlete, but not be able to talk to girls, and you dress like a turd? Why not do it all? Why dress nice and be good at sports and be stupid and not read books, not read hard books? Why? Do it all. We are the modern men. I'm calling for a renaissance. This motherfucker outside my garage door is still blowing shit. He just walk around every day and do that? Oh my god. There can't be that much shit to blow. It's time for a masculine renaissance, guys. That's what I'm calling for. Masculine renaissance. Lift weights, write books, game chicks, raise families. It's time. It's time we brought greatness back. We need to do it. Let's do it. Let's make things great. Let's make being men great again. Jason Burma says Ruiz looks like he muscled up. I really think he is going to tear up Joshua tomorrow night. This fucking guy. This fucking guy. Oh, Jesus. Conk says, ended the fast today. Eating some scrambled eggs now. Starting it off easy. This fucking guy. Yeah, okay. You're done. Good job. Fucking guy. Adbox 1 says gonna get a $13 tip to high tight next time so I can be more like my hero, Jason Burmis. Yes, do that. Get it done, Adbox 1. Level up. Level your game up. Get on that Burmis level. Brian says 2 Navy shootings in as many days. Burmis breakdown later. Oh man, there's a Navy shooting? I haven't heard any of this stuff. What's going on? I haven't been paying that much attention to my timelines. Been neglecting my timelines, trying to get shit done. There's shootings? 2 Navy shootings. That's terrible. Is that shootings by where are they at? I need to know. Jason Burma says to Adboxer, Hollywood Barber on Water Street. Tell Sandy and Margaret Jason sent you. Oh, you know it's a good haircut when Margaret is involved. Margaret and her accomplice Carol. Carol can cut some hair too. Don't ever think that Carol can't get you straightened up. And she'll complain to the manager too. Adbox 1 says, Jason Burmis, I will make the trip this week. Oh, do it. Conk said, ended the fast today. I think you spelled that wrong again. Fast. Yes, there you go. Fast. Dude, my typos are gnarly today. Your fingers, it's because you've been fasting. You've been fasting. You haven't given your body sustenance. Your fingers don't know how to hit the buttons correctly. Eat some food. Eat. The boy says if AJ loses, he's done confidence-wise. He'll become the modern-day Frank Bruno from the UK. He may just be done. You think he'll keep fighting? It's when you've made that much money, and I don't know, man. I guess he still fights for him. Make 10, 20 million. Might as well do it, I guess. Pat Mac says, John, gonna beat up the blower guy. Yeah, we're gonna go takedowns. I don't understand what he's blowing out there. It's like one leaf. It's like one leaf. He's trying to blow one leaf and it's stuck. He's just picks it up, looks at it, blows on it, puts it back down, tries to blow it again. TJ says, by the way, heads up, since the fight's in Saudi Arabia, the fight is aired at noon Eastern in the U.S., I'm pretty sure. Oh, is it really? It's going to be a noontime fight. We're going to have to be prepared for that. So that'll be tomorrow at noon, is it? Huh. Brian says Pearl Harbor yesterday, Pensacola today. Something's up in the Navy. In the Navy. That's, yeah, that sucks, man. Hopefully they'll figure that stuff out. Caleb says, the leaf blowing guy is hilarious. Oh, he's killing me. He's just some guy that walks around the neighborhood and blows leaves. He's not even at a job. He's some guy is retired. Conk says, back to work for me. Have a good one. Oh, yep. Have a good one too, man. Be productive. Okay, there we go. He turned a corner or something. Finally. It's giving me a little bit of a headache, man. Jason Burma says, did a video on some crazy predator stuff. Ooh. And the fact a prison strip searched an 8-year-old girl visiting her dad. What? That's uncalled for. Also about to drop one on R. Kelly, finally getting some charges regarding Aaliyah. Yeah. So they're going to press charges against him now? She's been dead a long time, right? And, oh, man. I don't know. It's wild. Crime doesn't pay, guys. It'll catch up. It'll catch up to you. Brian says, copy. Jason Burma says, Frank Bruno was a beast. Give him credit. He took 2 Tyson beatings. He did take 2. 1 lumps or 2. He took 2. Yeah. I'm trying to remember that fight even. I know we watched it. It's back in the day. We would get together, have pizza. We would go to my friend's house in his basement, and we play Mortal Kombat, and then we play pool, and we would watch the fights. We'd get the pay-per-views. We'd all chip in. And then we'd order pizza from Papa John's, and it would be we would make something up. It was like some Christian whatever association card. It was made up, completely made up deal. And we have a whatever Future Christians of America card, whatever. It's supposed to be 15% discount. So we would scam them, like do fast talk them. My friend would fast talk them. Good old Kendrick, fast talk them and make them think that we had some kind of coupon. And then when the guy came to the door, they give him the money real fast and take the pizza and shut the door. So there was no like, hey, can we see your coupon thing? Like, I can't believe that we got away with it. We got away with it every time. We'd always get like extra cheese sticks, extra stuff every time. It was impressive. It was quite the scam. Quite the scam. Thanks, Papa John's. The boy says, I don't got a dog in this fight. I knew Ruiz would win the first fight. The boxing media are fanboys. They look at AJ body and think that means better fighter. It's an interesting heavyweight fight. Yeah, I've noticed that with fighting. It's always the people on the outside, jackass experts. They're not experts. They're fucking goofs. They're goofs. They could never do it. Could never take a punch most of the time. They don't know shit. Just taters. Taters talking, man. Taters talking. Jason Burma says 2:30 Eastern start time probably means main event starts at 5 p.m., 6 p.m.-ish. Okay. I'll be at home. I got the boys this weekend. We'll see about what's up with that. Brian says it's probably Grandmaster from Mexican martial arts. Freelancing as a gardener. If you haven't seen the channel, it's hilarious. Voto Studios. I think I've seen that guy. The Voto Studios stuff. The boy says Frank Bruno definitely was a beast, but the UK put him on a pedestal with their expectations. Same for AJ, but let's see what happens tomorrow. I just want to see AJ confidence losing his first fight. Yeah, see how he bounces back, how he recovers. Because he was like the man, thought he was the man, and then he gets dropped. Boom, boom, boom. By a fat Mexican guy. Uh-oh. The Snickers bar champ. This is going to be interesting. 283. Could you imagine? Fuck, man. Could you imagine Ali having to fight him? Ali never weighed more than like 220, 222, 26. Even Tyson was only like 220 to 230. Like, these guys are abnormally large, man. Giants. Brian says, hand speed to Ruiz, length to AJ. It's going to be interesting. What's the weather forecast tomorrow? I don't know, man. It's fucking rainy and cold here. Fucking cold as shit here, honestly. I'm a little chilly in this right now. This t-shirt. Let's start wearing sweatshirts every day. I need to buy some sweaters, I think. Jason Burma says, I am wrong. Noon Eastern start time. Main fight at 2:30. Okay. So 2:30 tomorrow. Outside, Brian says, outside fight in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, so it's probably going to be in the ballpark of 110 to 120 probably. I don't know how hot it is there in the wintertime. But it's going to be uncomfortably hot. Like, you're going to want air conditioning just to cool, just to warm up. It's like, yeah, it's going to be rough maybe. For a bit, it'll be rough for both of them, though. Pat says Andy Ruiz is the same height as John. As me? No, he's not 6 foot. He's like 6'3". Right? Isn't he taller than that? I thought he was taller than that. It's just that AJ is like super, super tall. Or is he only? Or is he my height? I don't know. It's crazy. Brian says AJ might have an advantage. So yeah, I think I don't know. It'll be fun to watch. We'll see. It'll be funny to see which AJ shows up. If it's if he shows up and he's fast and crisp and throwing combos and he's behind that jab, okay. But I don't know. He looked terrible the last fight. He really did. Brian says he's 6'2". Okay, yeah. 6'2" sounds about right for Ruiz. Heat. Yeah, that's the forecast for tomorrow. I would say heat. Floodland says, Google says Ruiz is 6 foot. Okay, 6 foot, my height, 6'2", maybe. We'll see. All right, well. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. I'll check you guys later. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Maybe I'll do a stream for the fights tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Check you guys later. There's only 2 things in this life that make it worth living. It's Ukes, too good and firm feeling women. I don't need my name in the marquee sky lights. Sorry. I got my song and I got you with me tonight. Maybe it's time we got back to the basics of love. Let's go to Lukenbach, Texas, Wayland and Willie and the boys. This successful life we're living's got us feuding like the Hatfields and the McCoys. Between Hank Williams pain songs, Newberry's train songs, and Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Out in Lukenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. So baby, let's sell all your diamond rings, buy some boots and faded jeans and go away. This cold and tire's choking me. In your high society you cry all day. We've been so busy keeping up with the Joneses. 4-car garage and we're still building on. Maybe it's time we got back to the basics of love. Let's go to Lukenbach, Texas, Wayland and Willie and the boys. The successful life we're living's got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. Between Hank Williams pain songs, Newberry's train songs, and Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Out in Lukenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Take it easy.